wondering if there was going to be pack racing and drafting. Well, right now, Riley Herbst looks like he's blocking, or at least trying to. And around goes one car in turn 3.
Oh,
the one of Sam Mayer.
Wow, Rick. That's the 8 of Sammy Smith, I thought.
That's AJ in the 16 that went to the outside of the 1.
Yeah, and almost like the 1 just came around on him. Like, I didn't see any contact. Watch it again.
Yeah, it was very funny. Like, the 16 jumps to his outside, but physical space on the racetrack, I thought there was 3 distinct lanes.
What was interesting to me about that, now they're just along for the ride. Chandler Smith with big contact. All these guys behind it, just nowhere to go. Look at A.J. Allmendinger, how slow they got in front of him. There was contact right there. Right front fender into the door of the 16. But very interesting how quickly Allmendinger was going around. And I think, here you go, right along SVG.
Oh, he does a really nice job. Gets lucky, no contact from behind.
Actually downshifted. You heard him downshift trying to get the car slowed down.
So what I don't understand, I saw the contact, but to your point, Jeff, I just can't believe the 16 has that amount of like gain of speed. Like, he was driving past the 1. I don't know if the 1 was out of the gas or was just trying to settle in, but.
And there's no grip up there at all, so AJ didn't want to be there. It's almost like he had to go there or he's going to run into the back of the 1.
First caution out in Indianapolis. Here, and he does.
Whoa!
Almirola completely around. The left side both look up.
Yeah. See, the 21's underneath him, and the 21 got a little bit loose, got up the racetrack, and got into his left rear quarter panel. Looks like everybody got through that.
Have a lazy spin at 145 miles an hour. It seems like that's what this was.
That's right, Jeff. So the 10, we've seen this, right?
Really slow contact now down the racetrack in front of.
Yeah, Parker Retzloff doesn't see him.
Yeah, he was following another car. I didn't see that in the original view. So Parker Retzloff is tucked up tight behind another car. Here we go. It's a black car in the row. The 28. Oh, man. The 28 zigs and the 31 then sees the 5.
And you don't know what kind of damage Alfredo has. It's easy to say, hey, what are you doing? He should have stayed up against the wall, not come down the racetrack, but clearly some kind of damage where he's not in complete control of his car. You know, when you have an incident, you want to just stay in a lane so everybody knows where you're going. But Alfredo's a good race car driver. He doesn't do silly things. He just could not control his race car, couldn't keep it up there.
And I didn't understand why the 31 didn't see him originally, but now it's clear. You know, the 31 is right behind the 28, trying to push him. A big hit from Alfredo on the inside wall.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that until that view. That was a big hit.
Wow.
It was just an unfortunate series of events here with a lot of impacts.
Yeah.
Big impacts.
Sends him into that inside wall. The 11 got into the back of the 31 after that contact was made. So it's the 7.
Green flag, and we're back underway.
See, Chase Elliott got out of line there in that 3rd line as Kyle Busch. Steve, you said the goal was to get out in front and go as hard as you can until you have to come to pit road.
We heard Denny Hamlin. No, I'm sorry, it was Chase Elliott in his interview that said, well, you just want to be the front of your strategy. Oh, man, big wreck.
Oh, and hit again.
Oh,
that's
impact.
The 24 of William Byron. A.J. Allmendinger in the 16 involved as well.
Here, you see Oh, you're going to see it right here. The 21, 41, and 24. So the 41, if we back that up and watch that one more time, the 41 is trying to get 3 wide between the 21 and the 24, trying to make it 3 wide. I don't believe Harrison Burton or William Byron knew that they were 3 wide. This will be a great look right here.
Oh, they're hitting each other there. So he's in his right rear quarter panel. You're right. It was just everybody, 3 cars. Here you go. Here's a great shot of it, Steve. So stop it right there. Stop it right there. So the 14 car, they are touching those 2 cars, the 24 and the 14. They're hitting each other there. And still contact. And here comes the 41. And he makes contact. It's just those 3 cars trying to go in the same spot, but it's still, and Byron making contact.
They were pushing and shoving, and the 21 of Harrison was exiting the corner like he was too wide. He doesn't know that the 41's in there. So, man, this is what happens when everybody tries to fill that hole. But, Jeff, to your point, on board makes a difference. Let's see what happens to the 14, why he loses pace. The 77 teammates from Spire side by side at the bottom. Joey Logano pops down there, I think, as well as Blaney. That's the idea. So if you're good on fuel, we saw smoke on the 19.
And the 19 into the wall. It looked like the left rear tire went down.
Contact with Larson.
Oh, and another wreck behind him. The 4. Josh Berry gets into the wall.
That's just a chain reaction. It's so difficult to see at this racetrack in front with their contact, and then right here, that puts them 3 wide. Chastain tries to roll behind them, and the contact's there. With Larson, I don't know.
I think the 1 car all the way back that hit him on the straightaway, I believe the 19 now has a tire going down. Unless that's the contact with the 5. I don't know, because there was contact with the 1 earlier.
Yeah, I think that this wreck is because of the contact with the 5.
It's never good when we have to dissect which contact caused the wreck.
Yeah, see, he's in there, and he's got good pace. He's able to keep pace, and then there's contact here. Right there is contact. And that gets him up the racetrack.
Yep.
And now he's along for the ride. I'm not sure tire's down.
Yeah, so he said the 1 car, so I was looking
at the 1.
Well, I was looking at Chastain, but I'm with you, Jeff, right? And then the contact that we saw was with the 5, then the 4 kind of gets turned around.
Yeah, a lot of damage to the front.
The car, Denny Hamlin.
Oh, and into the turn 1 wall early. The 22 of Logano and the 24. It can't be the 24. 84 of Jimmy Johnson.
3/4 of the way back, Hocevar in the middle trying to make it 3 wide. They're coming to the corner. Everybody's got to start slowing down and trying to get to their line. Blaney doesn't know he's there, pinches him off. That's where it starts.
That was Austin Dillon's view, vantage point.
There's big impacts for Jimmy Johnson and Joey Logano. Here's Joey Logano's ride. Let's listen. Yep. It happens before you know it in many cases, and that's what happened there. Joey's pointed the wrong direction before he even knew why or what happened. It's frustrating. You're trying to, this race.
They have a little bit quicker pit stop than everybody else. We talked about the small advantage they had over everyone else who pitted at 102. They last pitted at 107. Tyler Reddick following down pit road, and a caution, Rick, maybe on the racetrack. Martin Truex Jr.
Martin.
Yeah, he was about 3 seconds off pace, after that damage. So car just wasn't right. Ended up rubbing the left rear and cutting it. Distract him.
Coming out. Oh, we got a caution that comes out. It's the 8 of Kyle Busch.
Contact
with the 11.
It's been that kind of year. Kyle, his entry was so low because of the block that he wasn't able to make the corner, and that's what I kept talking about Blaney. What he was able to do is enter that low and still stay on the bottom. See, up the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's just such an early entry.
But that shows you how good of a job the 12 is doing.
Exactly.
Green flag back in the air. 2 laps of racing in Indy. Who else is going to run out? And a wreck in turn 1. The caution comes out. There'll be another. Big contact in 1.
Yeah, that's a big shot. I think that's the 42 right there. The white car is.
It's such a good day John Hunter had. Just a block, another block. So Nemechek made a very late block getting into 1. Watch this. See, Nemechek came down the racetrack. Hemrick was there. Big impact. Gosh, those are big wrecks.
Nemechek glanced off that inside, the barrier in between pit road and the outside wall.
Yeah, see, here comes Hemrick. And, yeah, he just, Hemrick couldn't get slowed down like Nemechek expected that he could. They were on corner entry as well.
Yeah.
Which makes it even that much harder to gauge it.
You see the red on the NBC logo. The cars have been stopped on the front straightaway.
Glancing blow off that inside wall.
And the red flag, I don't believe, has anything to do with fuel load. That NASCAR's not really ever done that. Just this track is so narrow that they have to get the cleanup underway in turn 1 with all the cars sitting down there.
Almost identical, just a little bit wide at the apex, and there's just no grip. The wheels aren't even locked, it's just the cars are. And yeah, just caught the tires before he got to the walls. Listen. That was strange. He was and a little hot, but it's like once he got offline, there was just no grip at all. The car didn't turn. We've seen a bunch of drivers lock up into 8 and be okay, but even just being that half carbon, you see how dirty and dusty it is.
If you miss it, the window is much smaller to hang on.
It just seems like Dixon now in the wall.
Is that Canapino or Grosjean? It's Canapino in the 78, side by side with, I believe, Scott Dixon. And Canapino, blue car of Scott Dixon. Was there any Yes, there was. So Canapino turned in to the right rear of Scott Dixon and just bounced enough to send him on his way right here. Boom.
It shot so quickly. I wonder if
kicked the wheel out of his hands potentially.
You can watch on board here from Dixon, who nearly got into the back of Armstrong. So yeah, it's hard to see. Just getting it a little bit hot. Eerily similar to the Rossi crash.
Like Marcus Ericsson. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Santino Ferrucci launches inverted.
And just about a third of the field has been collected. The big one here.
It starts with Pato O'Ward, who just gets in a little wide, a little hot, spins around. Ericsson locks up, nowhere to go.
I think that was Pietro got into Pato O'Ward first.
I believe you're right.
Then Nolan Siegel.
Let's see again this incredible angle.
And watch Pelot, the championship leader, just barely gets by there, and he has to hang on to it. There was a big wiggle. Who clipped
Ericsson.
him?
I think this is Pietro
That's
Fittipaldi
Pietro.
in the hub car, and then Ferrucci.
And then Pourchaire hits his teammates.
Fencing did a great job keeping
Really
that car
did.
inside the track, coming right back to where it should. Nolan Siegel,
That was
big
Siegel,
contact as
Yeah.
well.
Pourchaire got through. That was Siegel.
Yeah.
Another angle.
Oh my goodness, that is such a terrible.
Full court here, full court. Well, there was nowhere to go there. Sorry, guys.